Hello and welcome everyone on this official platform of Legacy Ice Academy. Imagine a revolution that burned for nearly 70 years and then suddenly fell silent in a remote, resource-rich hills of the Shan state. जी हाँ, शान स्टेट की हम बात कर रहे हैं of Myanmar, where ethnic pride once fueled a fierce dream of freedom, and something strange is happening now. जी हाँ, two mighty armed groups, one symbol of resistance against the dictatorship in the Myanmar region, they are now locked in a deadly silence, not against the regime but against each other. They came as youth cry betrayal, civilian lives in fear, and ceasefire crumbles like dry leaves. One haunting question spreads across the land: has the revolutionary spirit of Shan state finally died? So stay with me, because what is happening here is not just about the Myanmar. It is a warning for every revolution in the world. So as you can see here, the headlines in the newspaper, that is, has the revolutionary spirit gone? Shan armed forces in crisis as public doubts grow. जी हाँ, तो आज हम बात करने वाले हैं शान स्टेट के बारे में एंड वहां की जो आर्मी है, जो रेजिस्टेंट ग्रुप है, उनके बारे में. नाउ शान स्टेट, सबसे पहले हम बात करेंगे लोकेशन की. एज यू कैन सी हियर, it is located in Myanmar region. Shan state, it is located in Myanmar region. It has border with Laos, China, Thailand and other states. Clear? So Shan state, which is in Myanmar. Now if you see the size, it covers 1/4 of Myanmar. जी हाँ, it covers 1/4 of Myanmar region. It covers 1/4 of Myanmar region. Now, how is the situation? So, the situation is in conflict for nearly 70 years. जी हाँ, it is in conflict for nearly 70 years. Now, who are all key forces here in this region? तो सबसे पहले अगर हम key forces की बात करें, the first important force is Shan State Progress Party. जी हाँ, the first important key force is Shan State Progress Party, which is also called as SSPP. Shan State Progress Party. As you can see here, this is the symbol of Shan State Progress Party. Okay. Now, another important thing. Second force is RCSS. जी हाँ. Now, what is RCSS? So, let's try to understand about the RCSS. As you can see here, Restoration Council of the Shan State. जी हाँ, this is Restoration Council of the Shan State. Another important group. As you can see here, this is RCSS Army. Now, these two groups, SSPP and RCSS, these were once respected armed groups fighting for the Shan liberation against the dictatorship. तो अब ऐसा क्या हो गया कि पब्लिक ट्रस्ट खत्म हो रहा है. तो एक हिस्टोरिकल फैक्ट की भी मैं यहां पर बात करूंगा. ऑन 21 मई 1958, जी हां, 21 मई 1958. Now what happened on 21 May 1958? 31 young Shan rebels, they have started the revolution with the slogan Shan people, Shan state, fight against all dictators. इनका slogan था Shan people, Shan state and fight against all the dictators. Now 1958. Now 67 years later, the revolutionary spirit seems to have faded. So how is the current situation as of 2025? As you can see here, so as of 2025, now Myanmar has been under the military rule again for 4 years. And apart from this, the Shan armies, they have been largely inactive. Shan armies आज पूरी तरीके से ज्यादातर inactive हो चुकी हैं. Even as other ethnic groups, continue fighting. So many Shan people, they are losing faith in their armed groups. Now, how are the public voices? अब public का क्या कहना है यहाँ पर? So let's try to understand first of all. Public voices की बात करें, so different activists are there. Like Shai Hla Shui. जी हाँ, एक एक्टिविस्ट है जिनका नाम है Shai Hla Shui. Now, who is this Shai Hla Shui? Shai Hla Shui, 45 years old from Lashio. ये आप देख सकते हैं, Lashio is one of the regions in Myanmar. From Lashio, and Shai Hla Shui, he was displaced during the Operation 1027. जी हाँ, displaced during the Operation 1027. Now, Shai Hla Shui, he says that Shan armies are silent. People are their backbone. They must protect the public even during the crisis. इसके अलावा दूसरे एक्टिविस्ट कौन है? Another activist, Yin Lum Lao. जी हाँ, Yin Lum Lao. Yin Lum Lao, a youth activist, says, whose cause are the Shan leaders serving? Armed groups have turned their backs on the people. She believes youth, जो youth है, she believes youth must drive the change. Apart from this, another important personality, that is Nang Kwan Lake. जी हाँ, Nang Kwan Lake. Now, Nang Kwan Lake, who is a Shan province researcher, says that as young Shan, she feels no pride in the armed groups today. So, what are the problems basically? Problems क्या हैं? The goals of liberation and equality are still not achieved. And since 2015, SSPP and RCSS, they have been fighting each other over the territory as well as alliances. And a ceasefire in 2023, which happened, it was failed quickly. And on 16th May 2025, another truce was declared. Now, what was that truce? So, on 16th May, another truce was declared, but people called it a disgrace. अब लोग इस truce को disgrace क्यों कह रहे हैं? A veteran Shan politician said leaders are clinging to the power. They have failed the people. It is time for them to step aside. So, what is the role of youth then? तो अब youth का क्या role होगा यहाँ पर, है ना? अब जो youth है, they are hesitant to join the movement. As you can see here, youth are hesitant to join the movement because of internal fighting. सब आपस में ही लड़ रहे हैं. And one of the young person from Lashio, whose name is Sai Mane. Sai Mane ने Lashio से, जो कि Lashio के, उन्होंने क्या कहा? इन्होंने बोला, if the army stopped fighting each other, young people would join. है ना? If the army stopped fighting with each other, young people would join. Another important personality, जो youth advocate भी है, whose name is Nang Moe. Nang Moe. Now, Nang Moe, who is also a youth advocate, now he said that change can happen through activism and awareness, not just guns. Elders have experience, but youth have energy. Elders के पास experience है, but youth के पास क्या है? Energy है. और दोनों को साथ में आना चाहिए. Both must work together to change the Shan politics. बहुत ही अच्छी चीज बोली इन्होंने. तो ओवरऑल हमें इससे फाइनल मैसेज क्या मिल रहा है? As the revolution turns 67, but people still wonder, will Shan forces fight for the people again? Or will they become irrelevant? The veteran politician warned that the revolution must evolve. If not, Shan society may collapse. So it is the time for the youth to rise. So overall, इस न्यूज़पेपर में बात यही की गई है, ये जो दोनों फोर्सेस हैं, SSPP and RCSS, क्या ये irrelevant हो गई हैं? So Shan states armed groups are in crisis. People are losing trust. Youth want change, but not through the civil war. So the revolution is at the critical turning point. Now, what can be the impacts? So the key impacts of this crisis about the Shan armed forces, we can understand through various perspectives, various aspects. Like, अब पहला इम्पैक्ट क्या हो सकता है इसका? लूजिंग पब्लिक ट्रस्ट एंड लेजिटिमेसी. जी हां, losing public trust. Now, how losing public trust? Now, try to understand how losing public trust. So, let me tell you, the Shan public, once the backbone of armed struggle, now they feel betrayed and abandoned. Many no longer respect for or trust the SSPP as well as RCSS due to their alliance and infighting. Now, this weakens the moral authority as well as popular support needed for any revolutionary movement. That is the first important impact. Then, second important impact could be rise of disillusionment. Ji haan, rise of disillusionment among youth. Disillusionment among youth. How? So let me tell you, young Shan people, they are deeply illusioned. Many are unwilling to join the armed struggle because the movement appeared fractured as well as self-interested. Now, the revolutionary energy is shifting away from the armed groups towards the civil as well as political activism. So, there can be other impacts. Internal conflict that weakens this movement. Internal conflict. Weakens the movement. Now, how internal conflict weakens the movement? So, let's try to understand the infighting between SSPP and RCSS. Infighting between these two groups since 2015, it has caused civilian displacement. It has caused casualties within the Shan communities. It has also breakdown in unity. So these divisions distract from the original missions of fighting dictatorship and achieving the ethnic rights. Then missed opportunity. Missed opportunity amid national crisis. जी हाँ, like other ethnic groups in Myanmar, जैसे कि काचिन स्टेट के हो गए, कारन हो गए, as you can see here, okay, as you can see here, Kachin army हो गई, Karen army हो गई. So different armies are there. So as other ethnic groups like Karen, Kachin, Chin, they are actively resisting the Myanmar military regime. But Shan army, Shan forces, they remain largely passive. So this inaction isolates the Shan struggle and make it seem irrelevant in the broader anti-junta revolution. Then apart from this, it can also create the political vacuum. Ji haan, political vacuum and power struggle. Political vacuum and power struggle. Now how? With the public losing faith in SSPP and RCSS, no clear leadership is emerging. And this creates a door, or this creates a power vacuum, possibly open the door towards the military manipulation, criminal networks, external actors exploiting the situation. Apart from this, potential for the civil society rise. Potential for civil society rise. Now how? Potential for civil society rise. Now try to understand, this crisis also creates the space for youth activists, researchers, as well as political voices to push for the change. So the emphasis on the non-violent political action, it could lead to a new generation of political leadership in Shan state. Then it can also create the regional instability. Another impact could be regional instability. Now, how regional instability? Ongoing clashes between the Shan groups, which disrupt the local peace, also undermines the development. Now, repeated ceasefire failure creates the, you can say, cynicism as well as fear in local communities. Apart from this, cultural and national identity crisis. Now, cultural and national identity crisis. How? See, with no active or united resistance, many Shan people, they feel ashamed or embarrassed as expressed by the youth. Also, there is a growing crisis for the identity and purpose among Shan people regarding their place in Myanmar's struggle for federal democracy. So, these are the things, these impacts can be seen. So, overall, if you see, the Shan revolution began with just 31 rebels and a dream. उस समय लोगों का dream था to end the dictatorship and to give their people a voice. But what happened 67 years later, as of 2025? 67 years later, the voice trembles. Ji haan, the voice trembles. Once unbreakable armies now break each other. Youth turn their back. The people wait not for bullet, but for answers. Yet, in every broken truce, in every silenced gun, a new kind of revolution flickers. So, one of words, activism, courage, as well as unity. But the question now is not just whether Shan state will fight again, but how it will fight and who will lead. Because sometimes the most powerful revolutions aren't led by the guns, but by those brave enough to say enough. And maybe, just maybe, that spark can light the world. So thank you so much. So this is about the issue of Shan people as well as their historical identity. Thank you so much.